clarify if you want the language to say, up to a maximum number. I know you said you would review after 1 year to determine if 4 is enough, but they may want to know the outside number they would be required.
What,
I
300?
say that, we'll review it once a year, and we have to renegotiate it accordingly.
I think what you possibly could do is go with the 4, and if another one's required, would that be a separate price or a standard rate? Or,
Well, we can just price them in per container, and you can figure out how many you want.
okay, yeah.
We're going to put 4 in the RFP.
Right.
How would that be if they gave a price per container as he suggested? If it didn't work, if
I
it
would
didn't work
say-
for us the first year, we could call for 5 the next
I
year.
could say they could submit their proposal any way they want, as long as
Yeah.
it complies with the terms of the RFP.
Okay.
And the board is free to accept or reject, but whichever,
That's
if they don't like it, the way they.
Well, I think if you had 8 of them out there for a month and a half, they'd all be full.
And we have people calling in wanting to know if they can dig through them.
Yeah.
That was
I know.
me, Beth.
All right,
Can I go
So
dig
then
through
on-
those tonight?
On the wording of the recycling bin,
And we have,
Something wrong with that.
300 initially,
um,
what was it you said,
On what?
on the recycling bins, have 300 initially?
No, I just said, I mean, I'm just saying if I was a bidder bidding on it, and I know there's 600 and say 40 or 50 people in town, and I know everybody's not gonna do it off the get-go, but, I mean, I think they'll be required to cover everybody that wants it. So
I agree.
it would just be a guess on the vendor's part, should I have 100 available when we start, should I have 200 available? And then have more available as people request they want it.
how are they supposed to do that? They're supposed to call the company, so they get 600 calls, or they have?
No, they would call here and say, we want on the recycling program, then we would notify the vendor.
I think that's reasonable. Can you write it that way?
I mean,
All right, anyway.
it just basically saying that whoever gets the bid needs to have enough recyclable containers to whoever wants it.
Yeah.
And it's up to them to decide how many they should gamble on getting to start with.
So
And
the
if they don't
company,
have nothing, they'll have order some more. I mean,
so the company to provide as many as requested.
As properly as possible. Is that legal?
No, I would say they provide those, that's part of the contract. If they're gonna do the recycling, if she calls them the second day and says we need 650, they should have 650.
You got it. I think go out and
Okay.
find.
On with that.
Term of the contract. I wouldn't say anything about our containers, but I would, if it were me, I don't know how you intend to do the notification, but you might wanna consider just doing a flyer or a bill, I don't know how you would do it, because we don't have an envelope, but some kind of indication, that you maybe through the paper, that we're gonna have, you know, the recycling, if it was approved, is, gonna start. You need to notify the clerk if you want recycling, and that also, for your internally, you have the containers that are gonna be supplied by the vendor, and we have containers here, and, you know, wanna make those available for supplemental, because one may not be enough for people that really start doing it. If they're gonna collect it at the house, people really may start doing it.
or for some older people,
Yeah.
that may be plenty for them, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know, but,
All right, they should be utilized.
yeah.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, so that's what way I'll word that.
Now, do we need a vote on those,
No, I don't think, I
No.
think when I put it in final,
We'll
come
vote on
next
the
week.
24th whenever she
Yeah,
has
let
it
me
in the
put
final.
some
Okay.
language together and then bring it for you to review.
so,
Cause that shouldn't, I mean, it's already been went through,
Yeah,
and there has been a
it's
few
been there.
changes, that won't take long to.
And then your contemplate, you just put that out as a, like a change, Tom?
Yes,
Like a change proposal?
put it out as a change to the RFP
Okay,
and dated, from town of Odon, for, recycling and refuse pickup. Yes, you put out the change, the following the changes, and then you got into the paragraph and section and so forth.
I think then the notice in the paper, when we get to that, by the next meeting, it should reference that the original RFP and the supplemental change that's now
That's
been
correct.
implemented can be picked up, it's made available at the clerk's
Yeah.
office. Alright,
Yeah, I just wanna make sure, I mean, I just wanna make sure we get everything in order, have it done right legally, all questions answered, so everybody's got a fair thing to do it.
Agree totally, Keith.
I just don't wanna, get it rushed to where there's a lot of questions.
No.
And we come this far, let's do it right. If it all comes in, or whether we can't support it, fine. But at least we tried our best to see, if we can do it.
And I think, any company that's bidding and they find something in there that's in RFP that's not feasible or could be done a better way, I'd be interested before our next meeting to
I would
hear
be
about it.
too, all I want is a solution, it's not,
Yeah.
what's the feeling around, the town? Beth, are you getting any feedback as far as what people want now?
To be honest, the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've had several calls that come in that have said that they wanted to know when they were going to vote on it, because before they had said that they were against it, now they're saying they're for it. There's been a couple people that said that they have signed something stating they were against it. Now they say they wish to change that. So I have taken those names down. Today I did have someone call in and complain about trash on the side of the street, saying they'd been there a while and that they had visitors from Illinois come over, and that they even made the comment about it, and she wanted to file a complaint. That complaint was given to Officer Noble.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. At least we're getting some positive feedback anyway. Okay, well, great.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mr. Smith has questions as well.
Yeah, I just got a few questions.
Well, I was gonna ask if anybody else had any questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I was
just
just
didn't want
waiting
you to
till the
come
end.
in.
Hold on just a moment.
I just wanted to identify himself for the record.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Identify yourself other than Mr. Smith, as Mrs. Haseman said.
John Smith,
John Smith.
yes. One of my first questions is a financial statement actually needed? The reason I ask that, I am a local self-employed, and, I wish some of my financial statements, I don't think need to be public knowledge to certain people. And it states it there, most previous financial, I just didn't know if that was necessary to have in the bid proposal or not.
Why is that in the,
I can tell you, Keith.
okay?
Unfortunately, state and federal government, state and local government, that is required. That
Okay.
is the law. Any company that bids on something has to ascertain that they are financially solvent in order to perform the bid. So if you don't have anything saying that you're financially solvent, that's saying, okay, because as far as we know, we get someone that went bankrupt last week doing the same thing. So therefore, it's not an invasion of privacy if you're bidding on a public government contract. So that's the law.
Does it have to be a form of a W-2?
Many myself, and you always have to do it as a company, and I had to do it personally many times.
Is there any way to do it other than a financial statement,
Well, Tom John had asked if it has to be in the form of a W-2 or what?
a bond, or?
No, it has to be in the form, you have to fill out a financial statement. It basically says, I am capable of doing this, and here is the criteria. I have, a backer saying, the Old National Bank, that I have a credit line with of X number of dollars, I can perform, I have not declared bankruptcy, and you sign it, Jonathan, saying that, this is where I am, and I'm capable of doing this job. And as long as all that is in there is true, and you don't have any problems later on, then that is sufficient. You don't have to give your W-2 and show exactly what you got in the bank or anything like that.
So basically, a letter from the bank would be
You're
fine.
financially responsible enough to do this, to do the contract.
That isn't too invasive, is it?
No, that's fine. As long as I can just file a letter from the bank, that's fine. I just don't, things, yearly income, I don't think needs to be public knowledge.
I'd kinda like to know, John.
I know you would, that's what I mean. Another thing is, I use a home office, so I was just wanting to know if a cell phone would be feasible during the business hours of picking up.